Big Daniel, Import Life Media, and today let's talk about five rules, almost laws, that you must follow when borrowing somebody's car. All right? If you follow these rules, not only will it keep you in the game, but in the process of you using their car and bringing it back to them, there's 5 things that you must follow, or else you ain't never gonna be able to use anybody's vehicle, and it's gonna mess up the trust between you and that individual. So let's get into it. All right, so let me say this as a slight disclaimer. These rules that I'm gonna give you, they're in no particular order of importance. They're all important. Let's go down the 5 rules. All right, rule number 1, when you're using somebody's car, however you get it, when you're using somebody's car, make sure when you return it back to them, there is the same amount of gas in it that you got the car, or there's even more gas.
It ain't got no gas in it.
I don't care if somebody lent you the car and it's under a quarter tank, almost empty. The fact that this person did you a solid by lending it to you, the least you can do is bring the car back with the same, if not more gas. Bring the car back with a half a tank. Hell, bring the car back with a full tank of gas, because that's gonna cost you less than actually having to rent a vehicle. So, first rule, bring the car back with the same amount, if not more gas in it than when you got it. The second rule, if you damage the car, even if it's an accident, even if you're driving and a tree branch falls on it and scrapes the side, this happened while the car was in your possession. So any damages that happen, accident, on just the world is against you, or something that you did by mistake, if you damage it, you pay for it. You pay for it. Don't give the car back to somebody and it's like, hey man, this scratch wasn't here. Hey man, why is this falling off? Anything that happens in the process of you in possession of this vehicle is your responsibility. You pay for it.
Ain't got no money.
Straight up. I don't care if you get a flat tire. You gotta pay for a new one. Because think about it. If you're driving down the road and you run over a nail, that car wouldn't have been on that road, wherever it might be, to run over that nail if the original owner still had it. It'll still be in the garage or parked in their driveway or whatever. Or the original owner probably even drives a whole totally different route than which you did. But if anything that you damage, you fix. Rule number 3, no smoking or leaving behind little shot bottles or alcohol or beer cans or anything like that.
Oh, sorry about the trash.
Now, let's say you are a smoker. Don't smoke in this person's car. And it's kind of like a catch-22, because even if somebody says like, no, it's fine, dude. Like, you can smoke, man. Just keep the windows down. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Don't smoke in somebody else's car. Don't leave empty. I'll tell you a little story. I always have people rolling around with me. Sometimes we go out or I'll pick friends up and whatever. So if there's people in the back seat or the front seat, we're having a good time going throughout the night. Later on, when I go to wash and detail, get the carpets and vacuum, I always end up finding something that could have possibly gotten me in trouble. Where there's an empty beer can, and I'm like, if I was to get pulled over, what am I gonna say? Hey, officer, that's not mine.
They put you in jail right away. No trial, no nothing.
Not only do they not care, but they're not gonna buy that. You know what I mean? I don't wanna be vacuuming and let's say I drop my phone in between the seat. This has also happened. Drop my phone between the seat, go and have to start trying to do, and also there's like cigarette butts. And then it's like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? You don't want somebody somebody's car smelling like your habits. You don't want somebody's vehicle to have stuff in it. Let's say they get pulled over at a checkpoint and they're like, yeah, no, go, you can search the car.
I'm innocent and Mama, I love you.
There's nothing in it. And they find something. Not because of them, but because of you. Do you know how hot I would be if I got in trouble for somebody else because I did them a solid and they just took it for granted? I'll be pissed. Rule number 4. Rule number 4. Don't treat the car. You know, a lot of people say, hey, listen, a lot of people say, if I give you something or if I let you use something or whatever, dude, hey, treat it like it's yours. Be responsible, take care of it, treat it like it's yours. My rule is this: don't treat it like it's yours. Treat it like it's theirs. Treat it like it's theirs. Give it a little bit, because there's sometimes that you might not care about your belongings. They do. So treat that possession like it's theirs and not yours. Does that make sense? Here, hold on. Let me just pause for a second. If you haven't done so yet, hey, please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe right now. If you're following the rules of what I'm saying, if it makes sense, hey, or even if you want to add a couple that I might have forgotten about, leave it in the comment section. You know what I mean? Go ahead, help me out. I talk to everybody. If you respond, if you leave a comment, I'll respond back, most definitely. Let's continue on. Because you own something and it's yours, you get used to how you treat it. You can maybe care less about it. But I don't know, if you have the mindset of like, this isn't mine, this is theirs. I do want to, take care of it and have another chance at this because I never know. Either way, it's just have some integrity, have some care. Act like you appreciate something as much as somebody else appreciates it. Rule number 5, which lines up with don't treat it like it's yours, treat it like it's theirs. Bring it back. Whether it's a car and you just needed to get back and forth to work, whether you're borrowing somebody's truck because you're moving and you need to haul a refrigerator and whatever, right? Point being is, bring it back in a better condition than which you got it, period. So if you're using somebody's work truck, and trucks are meant to get dirty, because that's kind of what they're for, and that's debatable on they don't make trucks the way they used to. They break. Either way, you're using somebody's truck, and let's say, you have to haul something or go off-roading or whatever it may be. When you bring this vehicle back, it better be washed. It better be vacuumed out. I don't care if you got to, spray some nice air freshener, tire shine, get the rims clean. I'm not saying that you have to sit there and detail it and make it look immaculate, but at the same time, if somebody gave it to you and it was decent, give it to them looking better, just to show, thank you, I care. So what have we learned? We're not smoking or drinking inside the car or leaving any type of residue. We're bringing it back with gas we're leaving more gas in it than when we got it. We are treating it better than our own personal belonging. We're treating it like it's theirs, Anything that happens to it, you're replacing or fixing. Now, this is all, so you're using somebody's car for a day. What if somebody lets you use their vehicle for a week or two, maybe a month? Who knows? A lot of people have extra vehicles. Go ahead, dog. Like, I don't even really drive that car. Go ahead and use it. When you bring it back, it's okay to be like, hey man, look, went ahead, got a wash for you. There's gas in it. And I even, did an oil change. Man, do you think that the next time you ask to borrow this individual's vehicle, do you think they're gonna ask you any questions? They're not gonna care about where you're going, what you need it for, or how long do you need it, because they remember how you brought it back to them the first time they let you use it. They're gonna here, dog, here's the keys, you know what I mean? If you follow these 5 rules, I guarantee you're not gonna have an issue, ever borrowing somebody's vehicle again. You prove them right. You're trustworthy, Here's something. Here's something for the owners of the vehicle. Wrap it up. This is the last thing. Here's the last thing. Have you ever gone to somebody's house, especially out here in California, LA? A lot of things either have crazy ass signs.
No parking 12 midnight. 2-hour parking 8 a.m. midnight. No exempt 53.
It's like, okay, look, you can park here Tuesday to Thursday from 3 to 5, but then all of a sudden from 4 to 7, they're street sweeping, but then it gets confusing. So if you ever have somebody over at your place, even apartment complexes, guest parking, open parking, this and that. Point being is this: if anybody ever goes to your place and they say, hey, is it okay if I can park here? And oh yeah, fine, yeah, you can park there, dude, you're good. Okay, I don't want to get towed and I don't want to get a ticket. It's cool for me to park here. If you're gonna go visit somebody and they give you permission and they say it's okay for you to park in a specific spot, and if you come out and your car is gone,
Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude?
or if you have a ticket, that person that told you to park there, they need to pay for it. It's your car, and yes, it is your responsibility. But you're somewhere that you're not familiar with or that you've never been. You don't know the rules. You're visiting somebody who does. And if they give you the wrong information and that causes your car to be gone, I just parked here, and all of a sudden there's a tow vehicle going down the road. You're running after it. Hey, come back. Either way, whatever those tow fees are, that person has to pay for it. Whatever the drop fee is, that person has to pay for it. If you get a ticket, parking it, hey, that person has to pay for it. No overnight parking. I didn't know, but they did. They didn't tell me. They have to pay for it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, y'all. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's something on my mind. It's something that makes sense, but there are rules to follow when using somebody's vehicle. And actually, there's even a responsibility, like I just said, of you knowing where you live and knowing the environment. If you give somebody bad advice and it results in them getting towed, a ticket, or something happening, that's your responsibility. They trusted your words. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it wasn't true. So you better open up that wallet and pay for this, because I'm not at fault. You are. You gave me bad advice. If you like the video, man, please like and subscribe. For any first-time viewers, I appreciate you. I don't know how you found my channel, but I'm glad that you're here. Go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and check out some of the past videos that you missed out on, and see what I'm bringing you guys. My reoccurring subscribers and my reoccurring viewers, thank you so much for sticking with your boy, and as always, supporting me. If you haven't done so yet, follow me on Instagram at Import Life Media, or follow me on TikTok at Import Life Media. Hey, stay good, stay blessed, take care of other people's cars when you're using them, give people good advice so they don't get in trouble, and as always, get those cars built. All right, y'all, till next time.